I have been selling this book, Zan Azli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH. For a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. Okay, you're watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Syawai Usawan. And
Atina.
Atina. What's your name?
Atina Azli.
Okay, so as usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it.
yes.
And this week we are reviewing an old film that is on a streaming platform.
Yes.
It's
on
what's
Netflix?
No, Mubi.
Movie.
Oh, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. It's on a streaming
It's on
platform.
a streaming platform.
Which we will let you know what it is.
Okay, what
And
movie is it?
the show called?
Bukit Kepong.
Bukit what?
Bukit Kepong.
Bukit Kepong, okay? Okay, so we watched Bukit
Kepong.
Kepong.
Do you remember what the story is about?
What's the story about?
I don't know what it's called.
Okay, while she
Okay,
thinks,
okay, so no,
I want to explain that, like we said, like every once in a while we'll review like old films that are
Yes.
recently re-released on streaming platforms.
Yes,
And
like Bukit Kepong
Kepong is one of them. Okay,
Alright.
so what's the story about?
Okay, so the story is set in the time right after the independence when the communists are attacking
Okay, you all continue talking. I'll get the spray to spray the ants.
and
Continue.
and then so they're all in a police station. It's about who? Is it about soldiers or is it about
Police.
Okay, it's about the police. Okay, tell the story please because I'm getting attacked by ants.
Yeah. Then police die. Then the police die.
No, the police get attacked by who?
The
The communists, and then they attack what? The communists attack the police station. In where?
Bukit Kepong.
In Bukit Kepong. And then all the police die.
Yeah.
And then what happened to their
Don't move.
is it only the police?
Yeah. Oh, and the police lah.
Yeah lah, but the police and who? When they attack, remember next to the police station got
Got the house.
the barracks where the policemen stay. And who else stays in the barracks with them?
Their wife and children.
And then what happened to their wife and children?
They shoot people.
You gotta speak louder.
They shoot people.
The wives and children shoot people. Do the wives and children die?
No.
No, are you sure? Because some wives died, right?
No, nobody died.
Nobody died. You watched the same movie as us or not? In
No,
Bukit
she said the
Kepong,
police died, but the wives and children didn't die.
got one wife died, right?
Yeah. Then the children were crying on the mother's body.
Bila ni besar nanti ada nak jadi polis. Nak bunuh semua komunis.
No, that one the father died.
Yeah, that one the
still
father
alive.
and mother still alive.
And then in the end, the communists did what to the barracks? They set it on.
Setting on fire.
And then
Then they died.
and then they die. Okay lah. Okay, so that's what the film is about lah. There you go.
It stars Jin Shamsuddin
And
Yusof
Yusof
Aslam and many others.
Who are now old and not as handsome as they were when they were in Bukit Kepong.
Not only old, they're dead.
Sabadate.
Jin Samsudin,
Jin Samsudin.
Al-Fatiha, it has gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Athena, what did you like about the movie? Wait, did you like the movie or didn't you like the movie? Okay, what did you like about the movie?
It's interesting.
It's interesting. Why do you think it's interesting?
It's apt that you know we're watching this in the period of Merdeka and Hari Malaysia, which is when these kind of movies are always shown anyway.
And we are
on
also,
TV lah, on
and
TV.
we are also under attack
No, I spray already.
by ants.
I spray already. So there's no more.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why is it interesting?
Because got communist.
You gotta speak louder.
Because
Because got communist.
What? Who are these communist people?
I don't know how to explain my
Louder, louder,
I
louder.
don't know how to explain. I just like it.
you just like it. Okay, what's your favorite part of the movie?
Guess it.
When they all die.
Louder,
they
louder,
all-
louder.
When they all die.
Which happens a lot.
Who dies?
The police lah.
Oh, you like it when the police dies? Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So
you can like whatever
did
you
this
like.
movie make you feel like you love your country more?
A little bit.
Why?
I don't know. Because I don't know.
But did you feel like watching this movie then suddenly I love Malaysia? No. No,
But
yeah.
you just like it when all the Malaysians die.
No, it's fine, right? It's
Yeah.
fine that you know it doesn't make her feel patriotic or
Yeah,
anything
because
like that.
clearly it is not effective then.
Yeah, that's how she feels. She's 10 years old, right? Isn't it?
So Athena, you remember in the movie, right? The communists asked them to surrender,
Oh yeah?
and then they said they wouldn't surrender to the communists.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that? Do you think that was a good idea or bad idea?
Achilles, come here.
Yeah. No. I think it's good
We're being
idea
attacked by
and a
small
bad
kids
idea.
also.
Okay. You think what?
I think it's a good idea and bad idea.
You think it's a good idea and a bad idea. Why is it a good idea?
Because that means they are brave.
Aha.
I think it's bad idea.
Achilles,
because
no,
they-
don't touch the camera,
because
please.
They will die and they
Please,
did
Alita,
die.
take him.
They did die. Yeah. Okay. And how do you feel about the end when the children said, "Oh, you know, when I'm big, then I'm gonna kill all the communists."
I think it's fine.
You think it's fine that he wants to kill all the communists?
No. Yeah, because
Okay, say hi.
communist is mean.
Say hi.
The communists are
Okay,
mean.
I think Lydia come here. Okay, now everybody's here. But they didn't watch Bukit
You cannot see
Kepong.
Alithia.
Oh yeah, Achilles did. He wasn't really into it. Did you like Bukit Kepong?
Yes.
What did you like about it? Okay, anyway. Okay, so how did you feel about the film? I saw the film when I was like also quite young lah, with my father. And I remember at the time I didn't know that Bukit Kepong was not in fact in Kepong. Okay, and then later on I find out that actually there are many Bukit Kepongs, not just the one in Johor. So that was that. This was the first time I actually
Achilles,
really.
please. No.
This is the realities of shooting in your house. Okay, did you all think it was just all nice gardens all the time? Anyway, this was the first time I guess properly watched the film since I was a kid. And it's not really very much different from any nationalist propaganda type films. But I have to say that for its time and the way that it was actually made quite well. You know, and the actors obviously performed really well. It's interesting to see women. It was also very feminist, which was also again very nice to see in that time. It makes you really wonder if we have actually just regressed in giving women, you know, proper representation. Because these women, when their husbands got shot and when their husbands needed help, they were there and they stepped up. And one of the wives in Bukit Kepong even picked up the rifle herself, you know, and started shooting at the communists to protect.
And then she
her
looks
kids.
at Jin Shamsuddin and go,
Yeah, and she like, you know, because in the barracks,
Sergeant, was it Sergeant?
in the barracks, there's the rooms fall into a hole lah, which
Yeah, because it's those
the
kampong
barracks
houses.
lah. Yeah, right.
It's base, and then they got the bottom part.
Yeah, which is supposed to be their like line of defense or their sandpit or whatever. So she falls into it to actively participate in battle. You know, despite the fact that her husband, you know, was shot and died. So that was really great for me, and I thought that was really empowering, and it's actually so much more empowering than some of the films that we see today. Did you like that? Did you like it when the lady picked up the gun and started fighting? So
Because she can shoot better than her husband.
that's
She can
true.
shoot better than
Because
husband.
her husband
Well, the
died.
husband died. So
Husband died.
Who's
She
more
didn't die.
effective? Who's more effective at protecting us from the communists,
Yeah,
right? The one that dies or the one that continues to fire and
Yeah.
shoot?
I didn't really understand the point of having the villagers sort of stand around the police station but not like attack. I understand that they were surrounded. Shh. I understand that they were surrounded and they were very afraid, and also there were a few scenes where they tried to advance and then got shot at. Yeah, so they were trying to advance and then they got shot at, but it didn't really show any like it didn't seem like they were even trying to push back. You know, they didn't even try to they tried to advance, and then the minute they got shot, they retreated.
They're civilians.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
I didn't really understand the point of putting that in lah.
I think it's
Was
to
it just
show
to show
that
helplessness?
no, to show that at that time the police were really. It was, well, you see, I think the context is that Bukit Kepong, the village, was very isolated at that particular time, and they only had that number of police force to protect the entire kampong.
Yeah.
So during the emergency, during the communist time, civilians were recruited for security
Yeah.
and defense, especially against the communists, especially in remote villages like that. So they all had that armband, you know,
Yeah.
and they all had their rifles and all that, but they're not really trained.
Yeah.
You know, and so they didn't know, they wouldn't know how to fight, but they would try.
Yeah.
And I guess this show is supposed to be a patriotic movie where they're trying to show that the civilians
Everybody comes
also,
together.
you wanted to, you couldn't, but you still tried, you know.
Yeah. The other thing also that I kind of really liked was the fact that there's always, well now lah, I don't know if it's still a thing or not, but there's always this like perception of like, oh, you know, communist people were all the Chinese people that betrayed Malaysia. They were unhappy with the way things went down and they wanted to take Malaysia for themselves. So if you're Chinese means you must be communist. But in this film, they actually showed you know, Chinese villages that
Being ransacked.
They were ransacked, they were oppressed, they were forced into having to do things
For the Communist Party.
For the Communist Party, which really I felt humanized the community and the people then, and it's actually also a great tool for CVE to show that, you know, you cannot actually homogeneously lump everybody into one race. Yeah, so that was nice. So overall, I felt like it was actually quite a feel-good film, despite the fact that it was actually nationalist propaganda. It actually was also very got feeling lah.
Yeah.
Did you feel anything?
I liked it.
Yeah, okay, so she liked it. Yeah.
Well, I watched it when I was in the early 80s, many times. I watched it many times because when I was growing up, around her age, there were only 3 TV channels, right? And whatever came on, that was what you watched. And Bukit Kepong, right, came on TV a lot, right? Especially during this period, like August, September. You know, it is a national propaganda film, and I think there's nothing wrong with having national propaganda films like this. Yeah, yes, correct. It was really well made. It was good acting, you know, good storyline. It was dramatic. It fit lah, a good and entertaining film, you know. And you watch it today also, you will still find a lot of elements to it that you can enjoy, and it's relatable, right? The fact that, you know, if we see our national film board right now, they've always been saying, okay, we need to make films like this. We need to make films that promote our history, our national pride. And they're always referring to films like Bukit Kepong lah, Lieutenant Adnan lah, and you know, all these kind of films. Yeah, these films are great, but do we have to make films like this now?
And do they still fit the times?
Yeah, you know.
A point to that though is that there have been propaganda films being made, like Rise Ini Kalila,
But
for
bad.
example.
But badly.
But they're just done so badly, and they're not even on the same level as Bukit Kepong. And I feel like then the nationalist agenda felt more inclusive and actually more nationalistic than what some of the definition of nationalism or the agenda is now lah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really, it's not done well.
Yep.
And it doesn't really fit the current times lah.
You know, national propaganda films nowadays, I would say like Yasmin Ahmad's films. That's very nationalistic. It makes you feel proud to be a
But it's
part of the
unintentionally
Malaysian.
nationalistic.
Huh?
Would you say it's unintentionally
No, I
nationalistic?
think it was intentional because it makes you feel good about being part of the Malaysian culture.
True.
And if you want to have a national propaganda film, that's what you want,
Yep.
right? It's not supposed to hit you on the head. Okay, sing negaraku, read out dukun negara
us
you're Malaysian.
now.
Yeah, it's making
Yeah.
you feel proud to be Malaysian.
Yeah.
You know, so those kind of films are great. You know, Prebet Sapu
Yeah.
by Muzamil. You know,
Yeah.
that makes me feel for Malaysia.
Yeah.
You know.
Makes you feel all sorts of things.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Malaysia.
So that would be a nationalistic
Yeah.
film to me, you know. So it doesn't have to be inilah barisan kita kind of films, you know. It could be anything. And one of the things that made Bukit Kepong feel very relatable to us also is that where is Atok from? When you told Atok you watched Bukit Kepong, right? Where is Atok from? Atok is my father. From?
Muar.
And where is Bukit Kepong?
Muar.
In Muar, right? And that raised like a conversation that sparked a conversation between Athena and her grandfather about the kampong, about Muar, about growing up in the 50s, you know, and things like that. And how is that not nationalistic? You know?
Yep.
So it could be anything, you know, and
Yeah.
that was great lah to me.
Okay, so Athena, would you ask people to watch Bukit Kepong?
Yes.
So say, it. Please watch Bukit
Please
Kepong.
watch Bukit Kepong.
You were saying something that when we were watching Bukit Kepong, you said in class your teacher was asking you to watch the show also, right? But you didn't know what film it was about, what film it was. Yeah. And then you forgot.
Yeah. So please watch Bukit Kepong. Let Athena know what you think. Like this video, don't like this video. But if you don't like this video and Athena's in it, you're a really horrible person. Subscribe to all of our social media platforms
At
at
Bidin.
Bidin, or go to febidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to
The Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
I'm Syawal Ibustaman and
Athena Asli.
Yeah. And it's on Disney Plus. Okay?
No, Netflix.
No, it was on
it's on a
whatever lah.
streaming platform.
Streaming platform lah. Okay.